crazy mother.
Hey, what's up everybody? It is mcStabbington and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking into Sir Lancelot. So, let's talk about him, right? Sir Lancelot is a spear. It is the very first spear to actually implement the brand new thrusting attack, and it feels very awkward, but I'll talk a little bit more on that a bit later. Perks I went for is crit rating with critical damage, then a damage perk, water element, and then heavy attack energy efficiency. The reason why I went for water element is because I still wanted a nice water spear, and I also went for heavy attack energy efficiency because I want to do a lot of heavy attacks. Now, I know what you guys are saying, it's not optimal. I guess you could change this one to attack speed or critical damage, and this one to energy if you really want to maximize your damage output. But again, I play this game for fun. Which is why, again, in this gameplay, you're going to see me use a full blue rarity perks, and it's only going to be level 40 weapon. I'm not like some other YouTubers who are going to be like, you know, legendary perks, 130, god rolled, optimal, yada yada yada. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be optimal in your experience, right? What you will see, the damage numbers I hit, is a high probability that you will hit the exact same or very similar damage numbers. Final perk will give you armor each time you hit, and that counts for the joust, by the way. So if you hit 5 enemies in a single joust, you can reach your 40 armor, your maximum stack, which is very nice. The reason why I want Shadow Shard on this weapon is because, sorry, the reason why I want Shadow Shard on this weapon is because I tested it out a bit. I crafted it in copper, tried it out a bit, see how it felt and everything. And a part of me still wants to go obsidian for the additionals, well, you know, so you maintain your swing speed. But I also noticed since you stab so infrequently, sometimes you stab like super slowly and then multiple thrusts back to back, it's kind of difficult to, you know, find a good balance. That's why I just went for, you know, Sunbeam currently, just to do the additional damage and impact while not noticing that much of a difference in your swing speed. Since again, you're going to be stabbing in intervals. Honestly, there's nothing more that has to be said in like this screen. You know, its weapon has good damage, has good impact, has a very powerful perk combination, and it's definitely a weapon you should pick up. The build I went for is a Deadly Lotus Luna build. Went for poking holes because she is the main. Which increases spear damage by 50% against afflicted targets, and hitting a husk with a spear will apply affliction. That is her major shtick, right? So simply said, if you hit a husk once, you'll do affliction that does about 55% damage, a little bit less than 55.5% damage over time of the hit. So if you crit on the stab, then the affliction will also do additional damage. And then you just do additional spear damage in subsequent hits, which is actually pretty fun to do. In addition, I just went for Survivalist together with the Bioenergy Source, just so you have consistent healing and shield recovery. The reason why I went for that is, again, because I even have Pointy Fury, so I just have a lot of things thrown in here that just increase my heavy attack energy efficiency, so I can just pop these jousts back to back. And then we also have Assassination with Corrosive Strikes. These will increase our melee damage by just, you know, with the stacks from Assassin and the additional snaring and affliction from from Deadly Blade. And then lastly, I just have Rapid Charge. So when I do my heavy attacks, I still maintain my energy cost. Again, this is probably not the optimal build. If you do want to see an optimal build, here you go, this is the video, Demon Joe France. I'll put it in the description down here if you want to see an optimal build with an optimal hero loadout. I've been talking to a few friends, they also have their optimal setups. A few people have been saying, you know, for the lag, the game's having some issues here. A couple of friends have also been saying, you know, you should play this with Assassin as a main, because the damage stack is actually incredibly high. It's roughly a 3.5 modifier instead of, you know, I always compare the modifiers, right? 18 in comparison to 4.5, 5 stacks, that's a beautiful amount of damage, 90% additional damage. You can also run Deadly Blade in main, just so your crits do a lot more damage. but honestly, it's a very flexible weapon. The weapon itself has very powerful perks, which means that all you gotta do is just find a hero that works well with the weapon. And I find this a fun build, you know. I can use Deadly Lotus. It's a skin I don't use that often, and it's fun to do. Few things I have to say now though about the new jousting and the new thrusting mechanic. What you see right here is just me doing a few tests. With the regular sword swing, you hit about 0.7 tiles away from the target. When you're using a spear, you can hit about 0.8, 0.9 tiles away from the target. So your reach is actually further with a spear than with a sword. In addition, the horizontal, so technically like the cone, right, where you can hit with the hitbox, it's actually the same. So even though you're thrusting straight forward and not like a sword doing a diagonal cut, you can still hit husks on the left and right. So this spear actually has a bigger hitbox than most other melee weapons, which is very interesting because every single melee weapon in the game, I think, are very similar, like except for some scythes and everything, they use a very similar hitbox. Very similar range, very similar everything. This is the first time we have a weapon with a unique swinging animation, with also being able to reach further than any of the other melee weapons. And lastly, with the jousting, you do half a tile where you just walk forward, right? And then you start ramming for 1.5 tiles where you can pick up husks. Any husk that doesn't die from the hit will just get picked up and just thrown away. And then the reach at the end where you stretch out your arm is also roughly half a tile. So you have half a tile of, you know, charging up and then 2 tiles of reach, making it actually a very powerful heavy attack for crowds. It's technically a portable dragon slash. So that's about everything I have to say about this weapon. Quick little TLDR. It's a fun weapon. It has a great perk setup, meaning it doesn't really have to rely on heroes to be very powerful. The new mechanic is actually super powerful, very fun to use, a little bit stiff in my opinion, but hey, it's a really fun new way of using melees. So yeah, if you have the gold for it, definitely pick them up. Wouldn't of course say it's you know, god roll top tier best melee weapon or anything. It's a very strong, solid spear. I guess it can be top tier of all melee weapons if you do the calculations. But again, if you're gonna be playing something like Swordmaster, you'll do more sword damage than the spear. Because again, you buff swords. That's how this game works, you know? You play whatever weapon you find the most fun. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys all next time.